My name is Seneca. Welcome to my casual YouTube channel. This is where I talk anything casual or monumental related to life. And one of those things, a couple of those things just happen to be these topics that I want to talk about that are in pop culture. Pop culture is very interesting because it's just more exciting than just traditional news. And it's like something we're all kind of engulfed in because we all live on the internet essentially. So in this video, I want to talk about these specific pop culture topics that a lot of other people are talking about. Also, I just want to say before this video starts, this video is 110% inspired by As Told by Kenya. She sits down like I'm doing and just like speaks off the cuff and doesn't edit her videos. I'm not editing this because I just don't have the time and I want to get this up tonight. But she talks about pop culture things, and I'm pretty sure a lot of these topics are going to overlap with some things she's already said. So I just feel the need as somebody who's inspired by her to address that. I hate when people don't address the people that they're inspired by, because it's like nobody's thinking that you thought this was unique. Okay. So I'm going to be talking about Keke Palmer and her baby daddy in this because everybody's giving their 2 cents. And even though my 2 cents aren't new.
Okay, so that's a cat. That's my cat. Her name is Artemis. Me and my husband adopted her a couple days ago. I have a whole entire video coming out about it. But if you see a cat and you're like, what the heck? That's her. That's my daughter.
They're still valid and important to talk about. I want to talk about the submarine and the public response to the submarine, because that was a whole, oh my goodness. It's kind of, even though it's only been a couple weeks, maybe it feels kind of old, but I want to bring it up. Jonah Hill, in relation also to the Keke Palmer baby daddy thing, like controlling women's perspectives, body, whatever, that whole thing. Threads, like Instagram, the extension Threads. What the I want to talk a little bit about The Idol as somebody who hasn't seen it, as somebody who's getting like all of the content that is talking about it. And then Miranda sings. Okay, that's all. If you don't want to, obviously you can click off if you want to. Like, I don't even know why I said, like, if you don't feel the need to identify with this, to click off. You're a free person. Do what you want. Okay, Keke Palmer's baby daddy. This, to me, feels like the hottest topic right now that is capturing a lot of people's attention. And I find that you're either somebody who's on the side of, for the most part, most women are for Keke Palmer. Because if you don't know about the situation, I'm going to give a little summary. Keke Palmer has a child with this guy who we don't know. His name is Darius. It's always a Darius who wants to, like, act like his name isn't Darius. Darius. Sorry. It's so funny to say. But Keke Palmer has a child, I think a 4-month-old. I don't know. With this guy named Darius, who's like not famous, doesn't seem to be that prominent of a figure. He's weird. And a couple days ago, Keke Palmer was at an Usher concert. And she was just like out with her friends or whatever. I don't think Darius was to be found. And she was wearing this outfit that like essentially kind of looks like a bodysuit with like a sheer with some fabric over it. A sheer with some fabric. Sorry. I don't know if you can see my cat, but my cat's just chilling. We got her this week. I'm gonna do a little vlog about my cat Artemis, if you want to see that, about the process of getting her, what it was like to get her, even though I have allergies, and I previously thought that cats were absolutely demonic. I'm not going to hold back on that one. I did not like cats before, and I only love right now, I really only like her. Like, I'm very gravitated towards her. I'm very dedicated to my daughter. That's my daughter. I have a daughter, and I love her. But before, I just was like, cats are actually like possessed by some unnatural source of evil. But now I have a daughter that's a cat and I love her. Anyway, so Keke Palmer posted this thing. I don't even know how I have to explain this to you, because you're probably a child of the internet like me, because none of my audience is like boomers. None of my audience I think is over the age of 30. Like, I'm pretty sure we all see the same things. Basically, she posted or not she, maybe somebody else posted like a video of her dancing with Usher, this Usher concert, having a good mom night out with her friends. I don't know if it was moms, but and she was wearing this like bodysuit, it looked like, type thing. Her like cheeks were kind of out, and it looked like her top was covered, but like her like cheeks were a little bit out, which is like, I'm not shaming her, but her baby daddy did. Okay, if you want to go look it up, you can look it up. Like I said, I'm not editing this video. I'm kind of speaking off the cuff, which is like the most natural thing to do, and I want to get this up really quick. But basically, her baby daddy posted a video of her that's like kind of going viral because of his response. And I can't repeat exactly what he said because I don't remember what it was, but just know that the context was he posted a response to it saying, it's just the outfit though, or something about the outfit, critiquing the outfit, and mentioning that she was a mom. Something like, oh wow, that outfit though, but you're a mom, you know? And I find that this is I think I just said that. This is attracting people who are either like, oh, this is embarrassing for you because you're Keke Palmer's baby daddy and you hold like no power in the relationship, but you're like acting like you can go on and critique her because you're uncomfortable and you feel threatened. You know what I mean? But then there's also people who I feel like are coming out of the woodwork. The people who are like the Candace Owens of the internet, Ben Shapiro's, will be like, he was absolutely correct. She should not be wearing that in public. That's embarrassing. And as much as I feel like my opinion on this is I would not wear that out, but I am not the type of person to critique a woman on what she's wearing publicly, especially if I was in a relationship with her as a husband, as a boyfriend, as a baby daddy. That's so embarrassing that you would share your opinions in a public post about your baby mother, critiquing her, shaming her for being a mother wearing an outfit you don't agree with, when that could have been a text. That could have been a text. That could have been a private conversation. That could have been anything other than a tweet. It's like so embarrassing for him for the most part, because it's like, you're toxic. You're toxic and you're just letting the world know. Like, are you kidding me? It's so embarrassing for you, seriously. Yeah, so none of us are fans of Keke Palmer's baby daddy Darius. And it's kind of disgusting that he would just do that. Like, as much as I don't approve, as much as I don't like the outfit, I wouldn't wear it. I am not going to tweet Keke Palmer and be like, you're a mom. People are so disgusting the way that they need to project their own views of hatred and judgment onto people. I said that as I'm posting this video. I'm not a hating person, though. I'm just kind of discussing and critiquing hateful things, right? The submarine dude. I keep saying dude after everything. It makes me kind of sick. I don't want to be that person. The submarine, a lot of people are talking about how it's a shame that billionaires and millionaires, I guess, purchased tickets to go down to the submarine and then died, and then the internet is making fun of them. If you don't know about the submarine, yeah, you do. You probably are aware about what's happening in pop culture. And I just want to say, humans for the longest time we naturally just have been trash. We love to look at things going on in the public that are like horrible. A lot of people are looking at this like, oh my god, what went wrong that we have to make memes about death, and what went wrong that we have to be critical about how rich people want to spend their money and then they die, you know? The whole submarine thing I didn't pay too much attention to. I just know like what happened. I know that people went down to go see the Titanic, but the submarine was faulty and it couldn't handle going all the way down, and essentially people just died, and I think that it imploded, which makes me so sad. Like, that idea of that death is just so miserable. That's such a miserable death. But then the internet had a field day with that news and was just kind of like posting a bunch of memes being like, just like horrible memes that like shouldn't be funny. But the fact that we're so desensitized to death and like making news hilarious is how it happened. But I think there's a bunch of people who are critiquing the like humor of it all and saying like, how did this generation become so messed up? But it's like, we've been messed up from the start. From jump, people have loved looking at other people's downfall. I'm not gonna say we as in like me and like the people of my past, like not my ancestors, but we as human beings, people used to watch like people being fed to beasts. Like people used to watch what's that called? What is that called when you go down like into the ring and people do like I believe is it like when humans fight each other, or is it when a beast like fights a human? People used to watch stonings of other people and get enjoyment out of that, or else they wouldn't be there. We have been horrible forever, okay? We've been horrible forever. I don't like when people say like, oh, the generation is so messed up. I don't think so. I think we just naturally have been like this. And also the people who are like, when did we get so bad? As a black person, I kind of feel like I can't even say like anything is shocking, because it's like, no, people used to just kill black people just off the fact that they like looked like they do. Like people used to die in masses just for their race. So like it's not shocking that humans are bad. It's like I feel like people are forgetting about fucking. I just said the F word and I'm not editing this out. That's wild. Freaking. People are, sorry, I just feel kind of passionately about this. People are forgetting about the fact that we have just been a horrible, racist, misogynistic, horrible race of people in the past. So, okay. Next is Threads. What the heck is Threads? I understand that it's weird because it's new, but I don't want this to happen, but I can't fight it. It's like when Instagram happened and people were like, ew, what the heck? And then now Instagram is what it is. Or when stories came out, people were like, ew, Instagram's trying to be the new Snapchat. And then here we are, like Instagram is more used. Instagram stories are more used than Snapchat. What the heck is Snapchat anymore? But I feel like we're all a little bit hesitant to change. And Threads to me just weirds me out because all the apps are trying to be like each other. Like Instagram is now has its own Twitter. That's odd. What the heck? But Snapchat is being copied by Be Real. It's all weird. All of it's weird. Jonah Hill, I want to talk about him very quickly because I think I'm running out of time. Jonah Hill, if you know, you know. I can't go through and explain like every single thing about this, but I'm gonna really try to summarize it. Jonah Hill essentially, his ex-girlfriend came out and like exposed their texts about how he was using damning language. Is that damning? Destructive language? Not healthy language towards his girlfriend at the time. And now his ex-girlfriend is like exposing the text between him and her. And a lot of the language is just very controlling and misogynistic, which is just very interesting because we just found out about a controlling kind of misogynistic person in Keke Palmer's baby daddy Darius. But it's shocking because we don't really see a lot of Jonah Hill's bad behavior other than the fact that he was kind of like a temperamental like teenager or a young person. But kind of rightfully so when he was temperamental, because people would just talk about him being fat and that was it. They would not give him like substance at all. But we're seeing Jonah Hill for the first time being kind of exposed as this partner who's saying things like, these are the things I need from you, and if you don't agree with it, you can leave. These are my boundaries for you. And the boundaries are very constrictive and don't really allow for conversation, and they should. Jonah Hill and his ex-girlfriend were only dating for like a year, I believe. So it's just kind of weird because it's like, okay, sure, he's maybe expressing his boundaries, and she could have taken that as like, that's cool, but odd. I'm gonna go. But at the same time, we don't know when those texts were sent at the period in the relationship, at the timeline of their relationship. You know what I mean? But clearly it affected her so much to be like, listen, I need to post this because this is emotional abuse. And the text did look emotionally abusive. And, or if not emotionally abusive, manipulative and just not very healthy. I find it so interesting though, because I feel like we say the worst things in the first 2 years of dating, because that's when we find like what a person is comfortable with, what a person isn't comfortable with. We like mess up and we don't really know the person, so we're kind of like gauging like what it is that you say with somebody. And I'm not advocating for Jonah. I'm not advocating for Jonah at all, but I feel kind of bad. Yuck, not me. I'm not advocating for him at all, okay? I feel kind of bad because I feel like this could have been something that he could have taken to therapy. He could have taken to Mr. Stutz. And I feel like it was kind of weird because we just were looking into a lens of a celebrity conversation that was really unsettling. And as much as I'm happy that she feels emboldened enough to post about it, because a lot of victims need to just have their story shared publicly in order to feel like justified, like I'm not knocking her at all, but a little bit of me almost feels uncomfortable at how much access we have into some celebrities' lives or some like high profile people's lives, because it's like, this is making me uncomfortable. And all that's going to happen is people are going to give Jonah a bunch of heat, and we're going to look at him differently based off these conversations that are problematic, but not like career ruining. Is that horrible of me to say? I don't know. I just feel like sometimes public opinion does fit the crime, like Miranda Sings is in a lot of hot water because of her actions and her manipulation, and that's rightfully so. Like, let's cancel people who need to be canceled. Bill Cosby, let's not speak about him. His career is over. What's his name? What the heck? That one person. Sex offenders, let's cancel them. Physical abusers, let's cancel them. Anybody who's causing harm to people publicly and in private, let's cancel them. Jonah Hill having problematic speak in his girlfriend's conversations. I don't know. It's just kind of hard because it's like, yeah, he looks horrible, and maybe he is horrible, and maybe he deserves this heat. But is it enough to be like, no, public opinion is ruling that you're like canceled for a little bit? And I feel bad because I really liked You People. You People was such a good movie, dude. I didn't want to believe that he was sending these texts. I was like, no, but that movie was so socially aware. How could you be so ignorant? So ignorant. But that's not the Jonah Hill I'm willing to die on. Also, who the heck originally thought of that stupid saying? That's not the Jonah Hill I want to die on, because it's hilarious. Is The Idol really as bad as everybody's making it seem? Because y'all are making it seem like it's like the most miserable TV show on earth. And I feel like sometimes with the internet, a lot of it is mob mentality for real, because it's like, if most people didn't already see the backlash that The Idol was getting, would it get that much backlash? Or is it like, are we all, are not me, because I haven't seen this, are we all having a negative experience to it based off authentic feelings? I don't know. Miranda Sings, actually, I don't really care about addressing her. The girl doesn't care. She'll probably be fine. It's so disgusting because I went into a deep dive about Miranda Sings and that drama. And I feel really bad for the victims that she hurt, because they're not being properly acknowledged. There's a lot of like heat towards Colleen. And it's a problem with, that's an aspect of cancel culture I agree with, is just that like, we put so much emphasis on the abuser and not the people who called out the abuser. My friend Amir pointed that out in a speech, and I think it's just disgusting that we love to like stone the people who make the offense, which sometimes they should be stoned, but we take so much more enjoyment out of that than like giving the people who expose them, their redemption. So yeah. That was the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I have a Bachelorette recap coming, not tomorrow or the day after. I can't remember. I have a Bachelor recap coming soon. I hope that you enjoy this video and hope you have a good morning, afternoon, or night.